I couldn't be more excited right now. Like, we are sitting here witnessing history. It's day one, I believe, of the Heavenly Spear launch, and we are in the speediest of speediest settings. I want to write a formal complaint about that, but I'm gonna have to wait for it. But we are watching at the moment two of the greatest to do it. We've got in the bottom of the map. I said this pre-game, so I'm gonna say it again. We've got Mini Yeti, who is basically Soup if Soup was insane. Because Mini Yeti is an absolutely crazy Age Mythology player. He doesn't care about your meta. He says, I'm here to do crazy stuff, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, I'm going to try and make it work until it does work. But he's going to be playing some Susanoo for us at the moment, the god of the storms, the Japanese god of the storms. On the other side of the map, we've got one of the best players currently playing Age of Mythology. He is constantly in the top 8, top 4 of S-tier tournaments, and his APM is through the roof, and he's just a really, really good RTS player, and he's going to be playing some Amaterasu for us. I'm not surprised in the slightest that we're seeing the popularity of Amaterasu right now. It's through the roof. I feel like everybody and their mum is enjoying this god. You just get so many nice things for free. You get free gold, you get free upgrades, you get some free HP on your units. It's just an all-around nice. You get a free Miko as well. It's just all around nice times being Amaterasu. Now, the god that I am really, really interested in is Susanoo, because he is the most tricky. He just is. His entire kit is built around myth units, Bushido, and god powers, right? But I can't get myth units out to give me more Bushido if I'm using my favor on god powers. And if I'm using my favor on god powers, it means I'm not getting more Bushido because I'm not getting myth units out, and my brain's breaking while I'm trying to figure out how to play this damn god. So, who better to watch than Mini Yeti to teach us how to do it? As he's already got himself out one Miko, he's moved out into the corner here. He's found himself a gold mine and some forest here, which is getting him 0.07 favor per second. He's coming over onto this side as well. Going to be dropping down the shrine there to give himself the same-ish amount of favor. Effectively, the best places to drop shrines is going to be on a large gold mine and a forest, or a large gold mine and some food, or a whole bunch of food and a forest. For those of you wanting to know, 1,000 food or 6,000 gold. That's the same amount of favor boost. The forests is every 200 wood is 5%. So that's why you're seeing these sort of combos. Now, we are seeing the advanced times coming through as Minakatatomi is coming in for Mini Yeti, as he's going to be able to go in to grab some one Yudo if he wants, or maybe you can save favor up and go for something a little bit different in the heroic age. Fast heroic might actually make some sense with this god. There's a couple of really cool ideas, I think, with the Susanoo fast heroic, which we might see happening at some point. I don't know, but I'm still interested in the way that Mini Yeti's going to be playing this. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's Ame no Uzume, and that's going to be the weasels. Weasels are coming. Kamaitachi. Kamaitachi. So we'll see how this one's going to go, as the stable coming up now for Matador, and he wants to go straight into some cavalry. He does note that he sees the opponent's advance time. He sees that it's going to be one Yudo. I don't think you need to be too concerned about the one Yudo. It's kind of like when you're playing against, I don't know, like a troll or something, like someone goes through Forseti, someone goes through like a Wadjet, like go through Ptah. You don't have to worry about the early harassment. So you can go straight into something else here. So that's why you can see the stable coming through for Matador, as he's going to open up with some cavalry to kick this one off. He's also going to be getting himself that wind sickles, and he's going to be looking for some harassment. Meanwhile, up onto this side, as we do see the Shrine of the Hunt getting dropped down over here, there's nothing in the main base to defend. as the Kama Itachi is coming through, and we do actually see crushing waves on the way here for Mini Yeti. So he wants these guys to be quick. And will he be able to actually defend the 4.8 speed Kama Itachi at this moment? As the villagers taking big damage, we will be seeing a Miko coming around, and that one Yudo, well, he gets some decent value there. That's not going to be enough as he has to pull back into his main town center. Mini Yeti's having some troubles here, but he is going for a town center. So this is what you would expect. You greedy Age Mythology players. You're not allowed to just take a town center and not take damage. If I build units and I send them in your base and you don't have any defenses, guess what? You're going to lose villagers. That's what Matador's saying right now. As the villagers to pull back, and we do see a little cheeky solar shield here. That's going to get some HP back up onto that now Razor Wind Kama Itachi. As the Miko wants to try and rush around here to defend, but the building positioning from Mini Yeti has not been ideal here in the slightest. He does get himself watchtowers out, which is nice. But Matador is going to be pulling back, and he's looking for some raids over here. There is a cheeky little Miko on this spot, but the wolves are in, and while taking these down is fine, it's actually, I mean, I don't even know if you can take them down. You can actually heal them up with the Miko if you want. If your opponent's going to try and kill them off, you need to get some heroes into there. As more Miko coming through. And he is ready to turn around and start whacking that. They do a decent amount of damage. It's 10x versus myth units there. As one Kama Itachi goes down, that's going to go into the Goshin Boku. And that's going to start rebuilding over time as a couple more villages are down. But damage has been done. And Mini Yeti is in some trouble here. He is in some trouble. As he now has to start putting farms down. He can't move outside of his base and use that Shrine of the Hunt. He could have thought about dropping the Shrine of the Hunt on top of the town center here with that nice forest, and then dropping the Shrine of the Hunt here, and that would have been an option early game, because that would have, one, defended his town center, two, given him Hunt there, and three, had the Meekle there to defend. But nonetheless, Matador in full raiding paradise mode. If I know Matador, and I feel like I do know Matador, he is a guy who just loves a little bit of raiding. If he can get out there and he can just run around the map and kill villages, he's a happy man. And while I do say you're very brave while killing unarmed farmers, you know, everybody likes a good little bit of raiding. As some Bushi are now in, and that's going to be some dead Kama Itachi. And at this point, Matador just has to say, all right, that's fine. I can sack them. I'll get it back for free. Does take a hot minute. I'm not exactly sure how long it takes to rebuild this. It takes up to two dead. Does it tell me? Does it tell me? Does it tell me? Respawns. If no new. I don't know. I don't know how long it takes to respawn, but it's definitely longer than it takes to train them. Because they take 20 seconds to train or something, and that feels like it's longer than 20 seconds. Maybe it's like double the train time if it's 40 seconds. Nonetheless, we've got ourselves Hunter's Strength now coming through for Mini Yeti. He's also now getting himself Kumiki, which is going to make his ranged soldiers even cheaper. And now the Razor Wind Kama Itachi are back in to say, hello there, Sailor. And Matador says, all right, I'm not able to raid you just yet. I keep looking over here thinking there's villagers here, but it's just the wolves on the mini-map just running around. And I'm like, what is happening over there? Nothing's happening over there. Nonetheless. The Kama Itachi making their way up to the top side. I don't even know if he's going to be able to break through this. Like, they're just constantly spamming in wolves over here. He's trying. Okay, maybe he can kill off these wolves. I mean, myth units versus myth units. Fair enough. You're going to sack these guys, get them back anyways. It's not the end of the world. And then you can charge in a whole bunch of samurai in for Matador. Matador does have himself his own second talent center as well. He's up by about 6 villages plus his Amaterasu, so he's got that gold income there. As Mini Yeti says, let me just try and pull out of here. He does manage to get back to safety. I think if you pick that relic up, that affects the Mikol as well, does it not? No, it doesn't affect the village. It doesn't affect the Mikol. I thought maybe it would. Anyways. The Kama Itachi now on the retreat path as they're going to be looking for a little something to do. And Mini Yeti starting to muster up a handful of Deuterinos here. Meanwhile, Raijin is queued up now for Mini Yeti. And this is where things get interesting, I think. Because there is a unit that comes through Raijin that is absolutely insane. And I'm excited to see Mini Yeti spamming it out. The only problem is he's only got 1,200 gold left in his main base. Thanks so much for the tier 1 there, Bennett. Appreciate you, my friend. And yes, it is the Raiu. There's some samurai raids coming in, picking off a couple of villages. He will be losing a samurai for it, though. It's only like a 4-villager lead at the moment for Matador, so it's not a big deal. It's not enough to be like, I got this many villager kills, I should win the game. No, the game is still very, very close. We are going to be seeing Katagi coming through for Matador. On the other side, there is going to be that condemned Soul Tech. Is he really thinking about going into a whole bunch of one Udor? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Surely he's going for Raiu. You just get yourself Thunderous Presence, get that Raiu in, and then you just run around the map with a couple of with a Kitsune, and they're just moving so quick. Nonetheless, the Razor Wind, Kamaitachi, going to be looking for something to attack. There's 8 samurai in queue right now for Matador. Classic Matador. He's going to fix that up though. But nonetheless, now Heroic Age is in. Thunderous Presence is coming through. And it is going to be Raiu spam. Meanwhile, the Bushi are coming in as well for Mini Yeti. He knows he needs some heroes to deal with the myth units, but in a way, if he just gets out a whole bunch of Raiu, I think they can probably take out those weasels. But nonetheless, Matador looking for a little bit of an engagement. There's a lot of units waiting here, though. Got to be careful. Well, they actually... Those Yumi Archers are actually getting some decent damage done. Do these guys not have any pierce armor? They really don't have that much HP at all. As gets a little bit of damage done, but that's about it. And you can see the differences right now in terms of Bushido is, well, there's just not enough myth units out for Mini Yeti to stay competitive here in the Bushido meter. But he will be making his way over onto this gold mine. Matador seems like he's spotted it. Now, here's the thing. The first player to use the Thunderdome, the Thunderburst, is the only one who can use it because you can't use it on top of each other, right? They block god powers on that area. Blocks other god powers on that 20-meter radius. So the first person to use it is the one who has the advantage to some degree. Another player will have to retreat. That's the Kama Itachi. Looking for raids. There are a couple of Miko back here ready to defend. As the villagers need to just pull back. Now we've got a couple of the Bushi in to help defend. And there's a little cheeky armor. Divine shield. Whatever you want to call it. The Bushi are trying to kill it, but they're still waiting for the shield to go away. And now it's gone. And now the Kama Itachi, is he going to leave? If he loses it, it's gone forever. And he does lose it. So you can't get more than 2 into a Goshin Boku unless you have an extra one. But nonetheless, we've got Kitsune, we've got the Raiu coming through, more farms coming up. All the other good stuff. Another Kitsune. I like the idea of more Kitsune in your army. At least one Kitsune in your army at all times for Susanoo makes a lot of sense. If you got the other, go the other god path. Wait, is it? Yeah, if you go the god path that gives you the 9-tailed Kitsune, then you can put 2 into it and it's really, really good. But look at this army right now from Matador. The Raiu are over here. He could use that special to send them flying back into the Thunderdome. I'm gonna lock in Thunderdome because I mean look at it. It looks like a dome. Like, surely. Anyways, coming over onto this side, spots some villagers here. 1 special ability comes in. 2 special abilities come in, but he doesn't get it onto all the villagers. He's just trying to snipe as many of these as he possibly can. He gets another one in. Doesn't get the villagers killed, though. This one gets sent into the air and doesn't quite get caught out. We'll be able to make a escape there, as now the Thunderdome coming through here for Matador to say, please leave the area, good sir. We do also see the Daimyo out, but they aren't fast enough to deal with these Raiu. So walls need to start coming up to defend against these guys. Yes, they've got a huge amount of hack damage, so they will be able to break through walls, but at the very least, you're going to be able to react to what's coming, and you're going to be in a good spot. Nonetheless, Mini Yeti turns around. He's ready to take a fight. He's got so much value inside of these Raiu, and there's only one hero here. If he snipes that Daimyo down, things are going to get really, really messy here, as we do see the Archaic Age God Power from Susanoo coming through. It's a bit of a shockwave, a bit of damage as well. The Raiu getting their special attacks off. No heroes remaining at the moment, but the cavalry numbers looking to be fading, meaning there's a whole bunch of Yeti spearmen in, and they're doing work there onto those cavalry, as the spearmen are now also going to be falling versus those Yumi archers. And Matador's army, as strong as it was, as resource dense as it was, left absolutely astounded by the counter efforts there from Mini Yeti and the utility of those Raiu as well, sending units flying non-stop. But now there's a hefty amount of heroes out. They will be able to take out those Raiu, but Mini Yeti's in a half-decent spot now. He's brought this game back. He's now in front on military. He is still behind on villagers by a tiny bit, but again, that doesn't matter when you're in front by this much on military. As a whole bunch of Shinobi coming through now for Matador. They are 4-pop Huskarls, and they've got this crazy ability which allows them to zoom into battle, but he needs to like micro around with them. The Yeti Spearmen are blocking the entrance there. The cavalry units all getting sniped down. Those Daimyo heroes just not cutting the mustard here against the Yeti Spearmen. And Mini Yeti is controlling this beautifully. However, he's got no pushing power. There's a castle here. There's not really any reason for Matador to be forcing fights. Get himself out a nice army. Maybe something that's a little bit more suited to countering the archer here. Countering the Yeti Spearman here. And then go from there. Castles coming through. Maybe something like Yumi Horse Archer makes some sense here. Mini ninjas. Yeah, they are kind of like, they're literally, they are mini. They are ninjas. As the Raiu chasing them in, a little bit of a split off. They're also really good raiders as well. 5 speed, plus they get that speed boost to catch the villagers when they're running away. But these Raiu, they're so quick. They're 6.6 speed with Susanoo. Jeez, they're so fast. I'm just looking at them just going, they're just insane. All right, now Mythic Ages are queued up. We've got Taka Mikazuchi as the god of choice here for Matador. He hasn't quite got the resources for it yet. And we've got Watatsumi to come through for Mini Yeti. Now, next Bushido tier here as well is going to be 100 extra favor. So I've got, for my ideas here is I've got 2 ideas to use this favor for. Idea number 1 is I'll just drop an extra 2 temples and I'll have my eye on the Bushido meter, and when I'm getting up to 100 favor, I'll just make sure I have the extra resources to pump into whatever myth unit I've got, whether it be the Raiu, or if it's the 1 Yudo, or if it's going to be the mythic age units as well. Or the other idea would be, well, I'll just start looking to spam out Thunderburst, or give myself an extra Shrine of the Hunt, or something like that. As the Shinobi, the raids coming through, they clean up buildings as well, by the way. They clean up buildings pretty quickly. They might only have 68% pierce armor, so the palace is still getting holy damage, though. Yeah, I think you're gonna have to figure out how to deal with these, Matador. These guys are a problem. There's 5 of them. Yeah. Stop fight. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. You might not want. Okay, run. Good, fantastic. As now the 1 Yudo who come through and start breaking down this position. Mythic Age is now on the way for both players. We've got the big fat Asura coming, as well as the katana. I don't even know what that god palette is called. Surely it's like katana or something, right? Sword of Destruction? I don't know. But Mini Yeti looks like he just has an overwhelming force of dudes, and he just breaks through everything. And so those Raiu are just a pain. They're so tough. The castle over here going down. One sword slash, though, and things can get turned around in an instant here. Will he be able to hit it, though, is the big question. As the sword comes down. And he gets a couple of units, but it's not enough. And Matador does tap out. It's called Divine Slash. Of course it's called Divine Slash. And Mini Yeti does manage to find a win with Susanoo, taking full advantage out of this bad boy. What a naughty, naughty wolf he is. I think that the unit here that Matador was searching for, which he couldn't quite figure out in this game, was the Bushi. That's the unit he was searching for. That's the unit I think he needed to deal with the Raiu, because he had this position on lock. He obviously is not going to be able to chase it into his main base or something, but he can just wall that up or whatever. But if he gets himself out a handful of Bushi and gets himself ballistics, then all of a sudden, these guys at 50% pierce armor, 700 HP. Is there one over here? You got look at this. This guy's doing 14 damage in attack with 8x against myth units. If you get enough of these guys out, you're going to be able to clean up those Raiu, and you're going to be okay. The other unit that probably wouldn't have been a terrible idea, even though you do have a huge amount of Yumi archers, is that Onnamusha. That could have been a nice idea. And then finally, with Amaterasu, the obvious unit you really want is that daimyo that comes in with this bad boy through Hachiman, Shogun. Maybe the Shogun would have been good to deal with those bad boys. But nonetheless, a well-played game here from Mini Yeti. He dealt with the raids nicely, got away with a nice, quick second town center, and things were looking not so good, but there is a little bit of something to be said about these guard houses, especially when you're going through the Shrine of the Hunt God. I've already forgotten. I've already forgotten what it is. Let me double check. I need to know the names. It is Minakatatomi. I knew it. I was gonna say it. Minakatatomi. If you go this one, then those guard houses become so appealing. You know, like you look at the extra range, might not seem like a lot. It's only 1, but 19 range in the classical age. Especially against the samurai. Samurai have got very low pierce armor as well. Nonetheless, well played here to Mini Yeti. I hope you guys are enjoying the Gimity games. We'll kind of keep casting today. I might play some a little bit later. I don't know, but we'll find some more games for you, and we'll get into the next one shortly. Make sure you hit the follow and all the other good stuff, and also a shout out to Killuminati for the raiding party. So I'll see you in the next game.